again I topped and I got 3 gold medals in post-graduation, 1 gold medal in graduation. I got selected in for scholarship, Rhodes scholarship from Oxford. Scoring the marks is different and gaining knowledge is different. Distributing knowledge to the society, this is the best thing you can do. So that actually made me think that yes, I have to be in teaching job. Other than teaching, what I could have done? Well, I could have been a professional photographer.
Good evening, sir. Myself, Nirmal Kumar Sanyal. I am from mechanical branch. Sir, my question is, from where you belong and about your family background.
Well, let me first welcome you, the entire campus TV and radio team who has come to my office today. And let me talk about myself. I was born in Bhagalpur only. And I have completed my schooling as well as graduation, in fact post-graduation from Bhagalpur only. So far as my family background is concerned, my grandfather was himself a great scholar who did PhD in 1942 from Germany in Sanskrit. My father was professor of physics who did his PhD from UK, Sheffield University. My uncle, he himself was a professor of physics. My elder brother was professor of physics, Science College, Patna. He retired recently. So basically, the physics is in my gene. And what else do you want to know?
About your family background.
Well, the family background I told you. And so far as my family is concerned, my wife is in fact postgraduate in B.Ed. She has done her graduation from Women's College, Patna, and she herself is a lecturer in Carmel College, Bhagalpur. And I have a son who did his B.Tech in electronics long ago in 2009 from Narsimha University, Mumbai. And he's actually a partner in a firm which is the School of Branding and Advertising, SOBA. And my daughter is a production engineer from Manipal University, and she's doing her entrepreneurship.
Sir, as a student, we want to know about your student life experience. What are the special memories do you want to share with us?
Yeah. The thing is that during my school days, I was not very serious about studies. You know, I was I had a little bit more inclination towards the games, sports and all those things. So I used to remain engaged in sports and games and didn't put the attention and studies as I should have given. So after class 10, when I took admission in the college, yes, then after I became serious, and I had 7th position in university in intermediate exam. I topped in graduation when I graduation in 1979 exactly, I remember. And post-graduation, again I topped and I got 3 gold medals in post-graduation, 1 gold medal in graduation. After that I got in fact I got selected in for scholarship, Rhodes scholarship from Oxford. But unfortunately, due to some reason, unavoidable reason, I couldn't actually go there. But then a lot of other opportunities I did get. So far as the jobs is concerned, I got the job in the PO, bank exam, LIC as administrative officer. But then I had the inclination towards teaching, so I chose teaching as my career.
Sir, childhood is the most essential part of a person's life. So please tell us any childhood memories which you think affect you most.
Well, actually, I told you earlier, I was not very serious in my studies during school days. So, when the board exams for the school board exam result came, well, I had not performed up to the expectations of my parents. So, when I saw them disappointed, actually, though it was fairly well, but not up to their expectations. So, then I started thinking what something wrong I have done. And that moment actually led me to the decision which I made later, that I have to be very serious in studies and I have to show what I am. And later on, it was reflected in my results.
Sir, distractions is the major issue in a student life. What type of distraction you faced in your student life?
Well, the same every student feels, but during those days, it happens. But then I was very shy, actually, during my student days, very shy. So nothing concrete was there. Simply could be the feeling which were untold. No one's talked about anything.
सर, जैसा कि हम लोग जानते हैं फिजिक्स, मतलब लड़के घबराते हैं उस चीज़ से। आपने कैसे उसको अपने जीवन का एक अंग बना लिया?
मैंने कहा ना, फिजिक्स मेरे जीन में है, क्योंकि मेरे पिताजी खुद फिजिक्स के बहुत अच्छे प्रोफेसर थे, प्रिंसिपल होकर रिटायर किए बाद में। मेरे बड़े भाई साइंस कॉलेज पटना में प्रोफेसर थे, वहाँ से रिटायर किए। मेरे अंकल फिजिक्स के प्रोफेसर थे, वो TNB कॉलेज में थे कुछ दिन, लेकिन वहाँ से उन्होंने जो 6 महीना उन्होंने जॉब किया, उसके बाद फिर वो बाहर की यूनिवर्सिटी में US चले गए रिसर्च करने। उसके बाद वहाँ से फिर वो बाहर की यूनिवर्सिटी में ही घूमते रह गए। तो फिजिक्स एक्चुअली आई हैड नॉट, इट केम ऑन इट्स ओन। बहुत सारी चीज़ें पढ़ते थे, फिजिक्स की इतनी सारी किताबें थी घर में, पढ़ते पढ़ते इंटरेस्ट हो गया एंड देन आई टुक अप दिस सब्जेक्ट। तो
मतलब आपने ऐसा कोई सोचा नहीं था कि मतलब फिजिक्स ही लेना है, टीचर ही बनना है?
नो, ये सोचा था कि मुझे टीचिंग में आना है, क्योंकि मुझे बहुत सारी और अपॉर्चुनिटीज थी, बट आई हैव कम इन दिस प्रोफेशन बाय चॉइस बिकॉज आई लाइक्ड इट एंड आई लाइक टू बी अमंग द स्टूडेंट्स।
जैसा कि आपने कहा कि मतलब 10th 12th तक आप उतने मतलब सीरियस नहीं?
10th तक मैं सीरियस नहीं था। आफ्टर दैट आई बिकेम वेरी सीरियस।
तो उसमें मतलब कुछ तो ऐसा हुआ होगा कि जिससे कि आपको लगा कि नहीं, अब मतलब कुछ।
मैंने कहा ना कि जब 10th का बोर्ड का रिजल्ट आया, तो इट वाज, आई मिस्ड द फर्स्ट डिवीजन। ड्यूरिंग दोज डेज फर्स्ट डिवीजन वाज वेरी वेरी डिफिकल्ट। आई मिस्ड फर्स्ट डिवीजन बाय फ्यू मार्क्स, 3 or 4 marks. So it was my in fact the anguish and hopelessness that I saw on my parents' face, that actually shook me a bit. और उसके बाद से मैंने I took a vow कि no, I have to show myself what I am. So I didn't perform according to my potential, which I later did when I in fact took a vow that I have to perform well. Yes.
Sir, attachment towards opposite gender for a student is a most common thing.
Yes.
What do you think about this?
Well, it is there, but there has to be a healthy relationship. There has to be a healthy relationship. You talking to a girl is not bad, but thinking about a girl is bad. Is it okay? So you have to be like that. You talk to the girl, there is nothing bad in it. Make friends, but don't think about them. Do you get the point? So this is what it is. This is what it is. And very few can actually stop doing that.
Sir, in every person's life, there is a phase of a struggle. What was yours?
Yes, there was. Actually, yes, I told you that I had a lot of choices after I did my post-graduation, because I had topped the list, and I topped the list by a way large margin, in fact. I had broken the record of Bhagalpur University at that time. 80% was unheard of during those days. 62%, 63% people used to get who used to top. So I got 80%. So yes, I just forgot exactly what you wanted to ask.
So what the struggle?
Yeah, about the struggle. Yeah. So a lot of jobs were there. But the thing is that, and I had little intention also to go into other jobs other than teaching. But then one of my teacher, I still recall, Professor Nirmal Mishra. He still has his house in Tilkamanji here. He told me, Ranjan, you have studied so much, you have performed so nicely in all exams. If you do not choose teaching profession, everything will remain with you only, and you will not be able to spread it. So that actually made me think that yes, I have to be in teaching job. But then, just after my results were declared, all the appointments in universities had stopped. And it remained stopped for about, in fact, 82 it stopped. And our next appointment was actually held in the year 1996. So that way, I just wanted to be a teacher, but then it became very difficult for me. But then it happened. At that time, I had some distractions, and I should leave this profession. I shouldn't choose this profession. I should go into some other professions. So, little bit of hardness was there. This little bit of extra. You cannot call it hardness actually. The tough times, because I was well off. My family was well off. So it was not tough time actually, but tough time choosing the profession, right profession, which actually I was inclined about, which I actually wanted to come in. So that's how it became. And yes, then I joined just after my results were declared. Joined the newly opened engineering college Gaya. And well, I established myself there as a teacher, and just when I started doing that, yes, I felt it very nicely. But I had never remained outside. I remained away from home. So that way I felt a little difficult staying outside. Otherwise, I didn't have any problem anywhere.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. I would like to ask from the today's academics part, what do you think about the today's student, because they are not study from the book, they study from the PDF. Is it good or bad? What do you think?
I will not suggest. You know, books contain so many things that, and a number of books are there on a particular topic, variety of topics. So, look, the thing is that from what point of view you are studying. Are you studying from the point of view of gaining knowledge or point of view of scoring the marks? Scoring the marks is different and gaining knowledge is different. If you want to gain knowledge really, then you have to use books. But if you want to score the marks, you can go for that PDF. The stereotype questions are asked, you can just learn it by rote and just vomit it in the exam. That's all. But then knowledge you couldn't gain that way. So it's very necessary to make use of books, reading good books, reading the books on the topics, variety of books on the topic will give you variety of knowledge, in fact, the wide knowledge about that particular subject. So I will always suggest that read the books.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sir, to whom you consider your role model?
Well, my role model, of course, is my father. My role model, my father, my grandfather, all of them were good ones. I come from a family where all those people were learned ones. So yes, I had in fact lot of inspiration I drew from them, and I saw, in fact, when I was student, I saw them teaching a number of times. My father used to take me to the department where he used to make me sit there, and he engaged the classes. Sometimes I roamed around and saw the people, the students in the class. So that enthralled me. How he's in fact controlling the class, how the students are engaged in his lecture. So that way I got a feeling that this is very nice. Just distributing knowledge to the society, this is the best thing you can do. So he was my inspiration, and this is why I chose this profession.
आपको भीड़ से अलग उस समय में जब आप पढ़ाई कर रहे थे, भीड़ से अलग बनने की आपकी चाह तो होगी?
मैं भीड़ से अलग था हमेशा। मैं हमेशा से भीड़ से अलग था। जब पढ़ता था उस समय भी भीड़ से अलग था, क्योंकि people knew me that I am exceptional.
तो वो हम लोग किस तरीके से भीड़ से अलग, भेड़ चाल से अलग हो गए रहे हैं? क्योंकि यहाँ आने के बाद लगता है कि हाँ भाई ये वो कर रहा है तो हमको भी यही करना चाहिए, देखभाल की, शो ऑफ।
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है। मैं बताता हूँ। माय सन, मैं जब मेरा बेटा पढ़ने के लिए मुंबई गया तो 1 साल उसने पढ़ा। मैं इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स इंजीनियरिंग उसने लिया था। 1 साल पढ़ा उसने, and he was very happy. Yes, he is going to Mumbai now. He'll be on his own. तो 1-1.5 साल के बाद वो जब आया तो उसके बाद उसने कहा मुझे कि नो, ये तो बिल्कुल स्टीरियोटाइप है, इसमें क्या है, हम भी वही पढ़ेंगे, उसके बाद कहीं कंपनी में जॉब करेंगे, ये हमको नहीं करना है। आई जस्ट डोंट वांट टू डू दिस, आई वांट टू डू समथिंग डिफरेंट। तो आई टोल्ड हिम, यस यू कैन डू समथिंग डिफरेंट, बट you complete whatever you have started. You complete it. Sometimes he told me that I'll go and study animation in Australia. This is very interesting thing. So I will, yes, you can do whatever you wish. लेकिन सबसे पहले जो primary चीज़ है, you just make a platform. You should have a ground under your feet. After that you can take off in any direction. तो मैं अभी ये कहूँगा, जैसे तुम लोगों ने एडमिशन लिया है यहाँ, तो सबसे अभी प्राइम चीज़ है, फोकस है तुम्हारा कि यू हैव टू टेक अ गुड बीटेक डिग्री। बीटेक अच्छी तरह से कंप्लीट कर लेना है, और उसके बाद तुमको जो भी फील्ड है चूज करना चाहो, यू आर फ्री टू चूज, उसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। ऑलवेज चूज अ फील्ड विच इज ऑफ योर इंटरेस्ट, बिकॉज इफ यू चूज अ फील्ड विच इज नॉट ऑफ योर इंटरेस्ट, यू विल नेवर बी एबल टू गिव 100%. तो यू हैव टू चूज अ फील्ड जिसमें तुमको सच में इंटरेस्ट हो, वैसा ही चूज करो। जैसे यही है, प्रोफेशन की बात है, मैंने ये चूज किया क्योंकि आई वाज नोइंग कि इसमें हम 100% देंगे। आई एम इन दिस प्रोफेशन बाय चॉइस, नॉट बाय कंपल्सन। कि बहुत सारे हैं कि ठीक है नहीं कुछ मिला तो चलो टीचिंग में चले गए, दिस शुड नॉट हैपन। और इस तरह से अगर कोई टीचिंग में आता है तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि वो स्टूडेंट के साथ अपना जो है पूरा हम 100% अपना दे पाएंगे। Yes?
Sir, how do you define success?
Success, if you feel that you are successful, you are successful. Well, whatever is in your mind, if you think that it is fulfilled, I have been able to achieve it, you are successful. But then it depends upon you. What do you want actually? Are you going to stop anywhere? So you need not stop anywhere. As long you move as long as you can. तो सक्सेस का तो everyone is there. Say अभी अंबानी की बात करो, he is very successful, but he is still striving for some more things. तो he can say that I am not successful in getting that. Yes or no? Yes. Though from our point of view he is very successful, but he himself is not successful. He'll say that yes, I have been trying to do this, but I'm not able to do. I have failed in it. So failures and success, they actually relative thing. What actually do you want? Whether you have achieved it or not. If you have achieved what you want, you are successful. Otherwise, unsuccessful.
Sir, in case if you are not in this profession, what type of profession you want to be involved in?
Well, I told you earlier, I had a choice, number of choices. I could have gone into the bank as probationary officer, could have been DGM at some place, would have retired as DGM and all that places, but I didn't choose that. So I had choice. Now, other than teaching, what I could have done? Well, I could have been a professional photographer. I could have been a professional photographer. Because I've been doing photography since 1972. And so many photographs I have actually captured. You cannot imagine. I did one. I captured some snaps of total solar eclipse in 1983. During those days, we actually for that, if you are capturing sun straight away, in fact during those days we used to have the 35mm film in the camera, and direct sunlight could have overexposed it. So what I had to do, we had to use a neutral filter. So neutral filter I didn't get there. So what I did, I took an overexposed X-ray plate and just cut it in the shape of a circle and put it in front of this. And without viewing the sun, because people are saying that don't see the sun through naked eyes. So without viewing the sun, by taking the shade of the sun through the viewfinder on the ground, I captured so many shots. It was beautiful. I could have shown to you. It's there somewhere in my house. So many things I did. So I was in fact very much interested in photography. I still am. So I could have been a professional photographer also.
सर, जैसे कि ये सीरीज़ अभी दर्पण सीरीज़ के नाम से है, दर्पण मतलब आईना, मिरर, तो आपने आपकी जो ज़िंदगी की कोई एक मिस्टेक्स होगी जिसके बाद आपने सीखा कि मतलब आगे कोई मिस्टेक नहीं करना, हर एक मिस्टेक से आदमी सीखता है, तो वो दर्पण की तरह आपका कौन सा मिस्टेक जो काम किया, कोई एक मिस्टेक्स?
See, people always learn by their mistakes. People always learn by their mistakes. At every step, if you do some mistake and you see what the result do you get, you learn by it. So it has happened continuously. And yes, I told you earlier that the very first thing that I learned from my mistake is that I didn't study properly. So that I learned at class 10, and when I learned, I just made it, I corrected it.
सर, जैसे कि होता है कि मतलब हमने मिस्टेक्स किया, उसके बाद हम लोग मतलब डिमोटिवेट हो जाते हैं कि नहीं, अब बाउंस बैक करना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है.
No, let me tell you, if you have committed mistake, forget about it. Forget it, but keep in mind, somewhere in the corner of the mind, you keep it that this is something I do not have to repeat. इसको हमेशा अपने दिमाग में रखना है कि इससे हमको ये में हुआ है, इसको हमको रिपीट नहीं करना है, वो हमेशा रहना चाहिए दिमाग में. और फिर देखो, इस तरह से धीरे धीरे तुम सीखते चले जाओगे, उसमें कहीं कोई दिक्कत नहीं होगी.
Sir, in states like Bihar, most of the student approaches to government job rather than a private job. What was your thought about this?
Well, if you want to do something, yes, it's there. Both the jobs are okay. There have to be some jobs by government, and there are some jobs which are in fact the private ones, of course. So Both have their own importances. And it depends upon the personality whether he actually wants to do something through the bindings of the government, under the supervision of government, or does want to do something of his own. And because, see, the thing is that if you choose a government job, well, the government job, it's not that if you do very well, you'll be rewarded for it. There's nothing like that. But in private jobs, you have the chances to flourish. So if you do something, you get so many benefits. So there, it depends upon you. Choice is yours. But then both are essential. Some types of jobs are compulsory from the point of view of government, whose control is kept by government. Some other things are being done by the private companies. So a choice is yours, whichever you wish to go.
Sir, how was your experience in this college till now?
Well, as a professor.
Yes. Let me tell you, and I have told you earlier also, that I am in this profession by choice. So teaching the students to make them engineers, producing so many, giving them the background to study engineering, this is the best thing I could have done. And let me tell you that sometimes during 2004, I had been transferred to the department as Assistant Secretary, State Board of Technical Education, where I had nothing to do with the teaching. I had to just see the files. And I had to fight. I had to go to High Court to come back to this institution again. I just said that no, I have come here for teaching and I'll not be doing any file work. I just filed a writ petition in the High Court. I won, and then again I was reinstated here as professor. So you can understand how much important this institution is for me. And yes, the teaching, best thing is that here, teaching, I told you earlier, I was born here, I've been brought up here, I've studied here. So, and I'm teaching here. So the thing is that the liberty I get, so many people know me, not here only in the college, also in the town. So many people know me. See, that is the best thing I could have. It gives me very self-satisfaction.
Sir, at last, I would like to ask, what advice would you like to give us for our next journey, future aspect?
Yes. The thing is that you take these 4 years, to 1.5 year almost you have completed. Take these the 4 years that you spend here as salvation period for you. It's a kind of salvation. Do as much as you can do at this level, and after that you'll find that things will become very easy for you people. So just dedicated labor. Well, I do not tell you that don't engage yourself in other activities. They are always there. They have to be there. You have to refresh yourself. You have to recreate yourself. So many things are there. But then the study is of prime importance. So take the study very seriously. Complete your studies nicely. And after that, it's very smooth sailing for you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.